Hello, this is your produce guy, and today we are talking asparagus. Asparagus is a delicious vegetable. Of course, when we say when is it ripe, it's more about when is it fresh when it comes to vegetables. Fruits, of course, we want to know when they're ripe, but vegetables, we need to be able to tell when they're fresh. Asparagus comes in the store generally bundled in rubber bands like this, and you can tell if it's fresh by looking at the crowns. They're like a flower, and when they are tight, those petals are tight together, that's when it is fresh and delicious. Now, we got a real treat here today. In addition to the green asparagus that most of us are used to, we've got some white asparagus here. Now, this isn't some strange, different variety of asparagus. This is simply created by denying light to the asparagus. So when this regular green asparagus is growing up out of the ground, somebody is going out into the fields and heaping a bunch more compost and dirt on top of this asparagus. As a result, it gets no sunlight, no chlorophyll is activated to turn it green, and it remains white. So because of that, it's a little more labor intensive, and you'll find the prices usually a little bit higher at the store. You'll also find that these tips are not as developed as the green asparagus. You don't see that same flower effect on them. They're still more of a bud stage in this plant. But because it's denied the sunlight, it has a slightly different flavor and a more tender texture. The way you would prepare asparagus can be done a number of ways. One of my favorite applications is simply to steam it. Now, when you prepare the asparagus, you need to take off the bottom portion of the spear because it's a little bit tough toward the bottom. Now, you can cut about 1.5 inches from the bottom of it. That's a standard way to do it. You can also just kind of bend it, and where it snaps is where the tender part is. You lose a little bit more of your spear that way, but you get all tenderness if you do that. Another way, which is delicious to prepare asparagus, is to roast it. Take a cookie sheet, lay your washed and trimmed asparagus on the cookie sheet, a little bit of olive oil, salt, and pepper into the oven, about 20 minutes at about 325 degrees, and it'll be roasted up and beautiful. I've actually used roasted asparagus on a pizza, so there's a lot of different ways you can use it. Somebody told me once that they like it in a combination with mashed potatoes. So experiment with it. Throw it on the grill, put it in the oven and roast it, or steam it up. Anyway, it's just terrific. I'm going to put some together right now, and we'll show you that in our next video. So thanks. I am your produce guy. We appreciate you checking out our video today. Would love it if you'd subscribe and leave any comments, any ideas that you have, or vegetables or fruits that you'd like us to profile. We'd be happy to do that. We appreciate you, and remember, always keep it fresh.